Today I want to talk about getting scammed by Betterment Cash Reserve account, something that they did to me after I did a withdrawal. How would you feel if your bank stopped a transfer to another bank and asked you what you're spending the money on? They know the account is going to. How would you feel if your bank asked you, what are you spending the money on? Are you going to go to the liquor store and spend it all? Are you going to buy drugs with it? Are you going to buy guns with it? Are you going to donate to this political party with it? How would you feel if your bank is asking questions about how you spend your money? Because that's what Betterment did to me. So I recently signed up with a Betterment Cash Reserve account, and it pays a high 5.50% APY until December. That's basically higher than anyone else, so it's an artificially high rate. This is my Betterment Cash Reserve account. As you can see, there's only $8.24 in there right now. But actually, they have $1,500 on top of that they're not paying me interest for it. And that's a scam that I think I found. And this is a new scam that I don't think I've documented before. And these banks keep finding new ways to scam their customers. As you can see here, it says current balance. It doesn't say anything about pending. Includes pending deposits and transfers. On December 15th, I deposited $1,500. Now actually, this is from my Wealthfront Cash account. So actually, I deposited this on the 13th. And this is the time that it cleared. Due to the slowness of the antiquated US banking system, it took 3 days to clear. The money was available to take out on September 15th. So that's what I did. I decided, okay, I'm going to see how fast the transfers are. I'm going to take out some money. So I did a transfer. Now you'll see here that says September 18th. This was the day I actually took out the money the same day it cleared, on the 15th. This is the date that it was supposed to clear on the 18th with the other bank. Now it's still showing that it's gone, but it's not in the other bank account. It never made it to this bank account here. This was on the 18th that it was supposed to be there. It's September 25th now. I figured by Monday it would be at my bank account. And I checked today, it's not there. So I called customer service. Now to their credit, they were very quick. There was only one person. I called the number here at the bottom of the contact page. If you scroll down to the very bottom where it says contact us, there's this phone number here, 718-400-6898. So within probably 5 minutes, before I could really even log into the account, I was talking to a customer service person. So they did do well with the customer service. It was very quick. I told the customer service rep about my $1,500 being missing, showing that it's already been transferred and I don't see anything. And it shows that, it's gone from my account. And she said, oh yeah, it shows pending. So nowhere on this website do you see pending. If you see details here, show detail, amount requested, amount withdrawn, 1501. It doesn't say pending, but on her end it showed pending. And she said, we sent an email requesting information. And I said, when did you send it? She said the 18th. So that's what we're going to look at today. So on Monday, September 18th, the day that the withdrawal was supposed to clear, I received this email, and apparently I didn't do anything about it, but it says action required on your recent Betterment withdrawal request. Action required on your recent Betterment withdrawal request. Hello, Kevin. Thank you for being a Betterment customer. We want to reach out to you due to some recent activity on your account, which we hope you can help us with. As part of our security procedures, literally this is my first larger deposit, my first withdrawal. They had no issues with the deposit. They never complained about the deposit. This is the first time they complained. The first time I have a normal size withdrawal. As part of our security procedures, we regularly review customer activity. We noticed you made a withdrawal request following a recent deposit. Well, due to the slowness, they may have thought that I did a withdrawal on the 15th, but from my point of view, I made the deposit on the 13th, and it took 3 days to get there. So it's already 3 days old in my opinion. So it's a bank. Banks are supposed to be able to withdraw and deposit money. How difficult is it? We take your account security and customer experience seriously, and we'd like to confirm that this activity is intended to help us meet our regulatory obligations and protect your account. We would appreciate any context you can provide for the large withdrawal. Now this is the funny part. Who here thinks $1,500 is a large withdrawal? The average rent and the average monthly mortgage, I think in the US, is greater than $1,500. And if $1,500 were my only source of income, I think this would actually be poverty level. So $1,500 a month, I believe, is actually poverty level in most cities. So this is not a large withdrawal in my opinion, $1,500. Please reply directly to this email. Do they want to know what I'm spending the money on? Do they want to know maybe I'm going to spend $1,500 on cookies? Maybe I'm going to buy $1,500 worth of ice cream. Or maybe I'm going to go gamble it all away. Does it really matter to them? This is a free country. I shouldn't have to explain to people what I'm going to do with the money. While we want to hear from you regarding additional context for this withdrawal, your account withdrawal will be temporarily held. Additionally, please note that while 1 to 2 business days is generally the expected withdrawal timeline from Betterment, withdrawing funds soon after deposit can trigger a temporary hold on your request. This should last no more than 5 business days. Okay, so to give them credit, it actually did say this somewhere in another email. So I responded back and I basically just said it's for budgeting purposes and I wanted to test the speed of your ACH transfers. But Betterment has failed with that. I was testing it with Fidelity, no problems. I could transfer the money in same day, take it out same day, no problem. I'm getting like 5% interest on the money. With Betterment, no. And they're stealing the interest. As you saw, the money's been there for about 5 days. I'm not getting any interest on that money. It's not in the other bank account getting interest. Betterment is just pocketing that interest. So they did respond back and they did approve the withdrawal. So that's good, but there's still the question of that withdrawal. They've basically held it for 5 days or so and they're making interest on that money. That's money that I'm not making interest on. So they're basically stealing the money. And I think this is kind of a scam. This scam always works in their favor. It never works in my favor. They're never going to send me the money where I'm early. With this is a scam because they're not paying me interest on it. If they want to lock my withdrawal up, at least pay me interest on the money, but don't pocket the interest. That's an incentive for them to do this. Also, it doesn't say how quickly. What if it's 5 days after I do a deposit? Is that too soon? It doesn't say what too soon is. Please press that like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps us from hearing crickets. And also, don't forget to share and subscribe. Now we're looking at the original email on the 15th when I did a withdrawal request for $1,500, the same day that it was deposited into the account. So it says here, a withdrawal request has been initiated from the cash reserve account. And it shows where it's going to. It shows the withdrawal amount. Now actually below, to their credit, below it actually says that your funds should be available in 1 to 2 business days, but may take longer if you have recently deposited funds into a cash reserve account. Business days are Monday through Friday. So if you recently deposited money and you do a withdrawal like I did, I'm guessing you're going to have the same issues that I had. This is a problem with this account because there's no bill pay. If you have a bill that comes up and you want to take the money out quickly and they do one of these holds, recent deposit activity and changes to the linked bank account can delay withdrawals. If you do not see the funds in your bank account within 1 to 2 business days, please contact us. So the problem with this is if you get a bill that comes up very quickly and you had some money that came in quickly and then you decide to take money out, what if you've got multiple deposits going in at one time? Is that going to throw them off, and are they going to start locking it when you do a withdrawal to pay your bills? So this is a problem with this Betterment account. And so far, my first transaction, they're calling $1,500 a large transaction, and locking the account for 5 days is not good. I'm guessing that I'm not the only person complaining about this Betterment scam that they're doing to customers, locking the accounts and withdrawals. So I decided to go to the Trustpilot page for Betterment. Now, Betterment has an investment business also, so all of these may not be the checking account, but let's just take a look. Well, this one's a checking account. Account locked for no reason. I opened up a checking account, which I was excited about. This is August 14th, so recently. But within a few days, my checking account randomly gets locked for no apparent reason. There are no issues with my account. Meanwhile, I have deposits coming in, but they're getting returned due to the account getting locked. They tell me 3 business days max, but it's been at least a week. There we go. There's another one. And I'm guessing they're pocketing that interest on that while they have it locked. This guy's also using the checking account. When I tried to transfer funds to 2 Betterment accounts, the initial transfer came from the outside. They needed my husband to verify for a second time before the move was allowed. My confirmation wasn't enough because even though both accounts were joint in my name, they have some pretty odd practices and a lot of random restrictions about transferring money. There you go. Too good to be true. So that rate is too good to be true. You're seeing that they give you a lot of money but then when you go to take the money out, they're causing problems. I applied for the account, followed the process, and was rejected. Well, that was me the first time, and then I had to verify like a second or third time. Here's another one. Delayed closing due to withheld funds. I deposited funds from another savings account 3 months ago due to their exceptional interest rates, and I was saving for a down payment. I then promptly canceled that other account. When I found a house, I initiated a transfer from my account 1 week prior to closing to ensure that I had closing funds available to wire. After 3 days, the funds were still not available, so I called for a status update. They told me they needed proof of the origin of those funds deposited 3 months prior, and that the documentation I provided, statement from the other account, wasn't sufficient despite the listed in the transfer as being my Betterment account, and he initiated from the Betterment app from the beginning. There was no record of any issue in my Betterment app or desktop site. Run away as fast as you can. The interest is great, but this will cost me money as my closing is getting pushed back and already cost me hours of my time. If you actually need your money, you cannot trust that it will be available to you. I had a scammy vibe about Betterment from the beginning. It just seemed like when I signed up, I got a bad vibe because they showed that you need like 2 forms of identification. And then once you verified, then it was like down another rabbit hole and you had to verify again. Blocked my account for no reason. They suddenly blocked my account claiming I don't reside in the US. Not sure where they got that information. Now they tell me I have to close my account. Ridiculous. I pay US taxes and I'm a permanent US resident. She said the customer service was rude and snotty. My experience with the customer service was good. You saw the response from the email. They responded back the same day via email. And when I called in the morning, there was only one person in front of me. The woman I spoke to was very friendly and she was very much to the point. And by the way, when I actually called in to verify, they needed to verify me, and the verification process was way better than Ally Bank. Now, they asked some personal details about where I lived in the past, and just 2 questions, whereas with Ally Bank, I had to answer 5 questions, and I had to go through 4 or 5 answers each time, and the Ally Bank wouldn't let me answer the question until they've read through all of the questions first. Okay, let's look at some more Betterment reviews. This is Consumer Affairs website. A lot of people seem to be complaining for the same reason. They make it super easy to deposit, but if you need a human being, good luck. They locked my account for me after I shared how their system made an error and made multiple deposits from my bank account. Be careful, as their platform has obvious errors and can easily leave your bank account overdrawn. I opened a Betterment account because of the great reviews. They stole more than $250. Beware thieves. Here's another one about withdrawal issues. After requesting funds to be withdrawn, I received an email that I needed to call to state the reason for my withdrawal. You know what this is almost like? Betterment has abandonment issues. You can't leave any money from Betterment, or it's like they think you're leaving them for good or something. It's like Betterment Cash account has abandonment issues. After calling, I still haven't received my money in over a week. I initiated multiple transfers to close out my accounts after that experience, and only one small transfer was completed after a week. I once called again after the week passed, still have not received my funds. They do not honor their published 3 to 5 days to return your funds. You should not have to call with the reason for withdrawing your funds, nor have to face these delays when other online banks transfer in 1 to 3 days. Beware. And it looks like he has a screenshot here. Here's another one. I got an email asking me to verify my checking account. They wanted my driver's license, etc. Oh, there we go. That sounds like Chime. That sounds like GoToBank. That sounds like Varo. I can understand if the account had not been verified, but they had done the test deposits to my bank account and entered the amount on the Betterment website a month prior. The account had been verified, and this was the second external bank account I was adding. I had already done that also, and I transferred the money, but because I guess it was too close to when the deposit was made, and then I did a withdrawal. It's my money, and I shouldn't have to send various forms of ID to withdraw less than $1,000 on a verified account. Oh, here's one. This was from 2021, though. This was from January of 2021. I read about Betterment. I opened an account. Shortly after, I received a large deposit that I had been waiting for weeks. I used it for 4 transactions for a road trip. One transaction was to transfer money. The others were for gas for my car, soda, convenience store, and $20 cash back. To my surprise, I was denied getting my $20. Immediately, I looked at my app to check my account and it had been locked. I had a message asking to call customer service and I did. I was asked to verify my identity as well as some security questions, which I answered. Thinking my account was unlocked at that point, I was proceeding to hang up. The customer representative then advised me that I was to check my email for further verify my identity, and once that was done, my account would be unlocked 2 to 3 days. I was furious. I called back 3 more times and after being verified again, the phone was disconnected 2 of those times. The 3rd or 4th time I called, I got the same representative that I spoke with the first time, and she already knew who I was. At this point, I requested a supervisor and was put on hold. She advised me they had received the documents and everything and was put on high priority status, and hopefully the verifications were done quickly. It sounds exactly like my experience with Chime scamming me. It's unacceptable. Once this issue is resolved, I will withdraw every penny from my account and will never use Betterment again! ! So there you have it. I'm not the only one complaining about locking withdrawals or locked accounts. How do you guys feel about Betterment nosing around, asking about how you're going to spend your money? Have you experienced this with your bank? How do you feel about that? Please comment below. Also, if you like this video, please click that like button. And also feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks a lot. I have a deal if you want to make a quick $300. If you sign up with PSECU using my referral link, this is a credit union, and you do a few things, you'll get $300. This is the promotional page. It's called Level Up. Unfortunately, if you click this link, join, it actually doesn't work. It's a dead link. However, if you use my referral link, you'll be able to do this. This is a Pennsylvania credit union. If you are a Pennsylvania resident, you're going to be able to get the full $300. If not, during the sign up process, it'll have you make a tax deductible donation during sign up if you're outside of the Pennsylvania area of $20. So that'll reduce your earnings by $20. So $280, but still not too bad. So you basically sign up with the checking and savings account with the debit card, log into digital banking, activate your debit card. That's the first $100. You have to do that within 30 days. Step 2, make a qualifying direct deposit of $200 per calendar month. Do a bank transfer of $200 per calendar month. That's $100. The third one is maintain the qualifying payroll deposit for 90 days. Then you get the third $100. But you'll only be able to do this if you sign up with my referral link. And I'll also get a $50 commission, so it helps the channel out also. So you basically put in your email address, you apply for the PSECU membership, and then you follow the 3 things that I just mentioned. The signing up with the savings and checking, activating the debit card, logging in to the online, doing the direct deposit, and maintaining the direct deposit for 90 days. That's it. A word of warning, PSECU it's very unusual in the fact that it does a hard credit pull. So that means it may ding your credit score a few points. If you're like me, it doesn't really matter at this point, but if you're somebody that's going to finance a car loan, buying a house, or borrowing money, you may not want to do this because it may ding your credit score a little bit. And it is check sensitive, meaning if you switch around to a lot of bank accounts like I do, then you may not be approved. And some people have said that they haven't been approved by this, but I got lucky, I guess, and I got approved. So just be aware you may be denied. And this deal ends December 31st, so there's still time.